Hi friends, this is Liuba, and today we will make a very delicious carrot sponge cake. It is made by hand without a mixer, and for baking you do not need pans, only a regular baking sheet. The sponge cake turns out very fragrant with good height and a beautiful moist texture. It is perfect for assembling cakes. By the way, you have probably noticed that rectangular cakes are especially popular right now, and this sponge cake is very convenient for them. It is easy to bake as a sheet and cut into even layers. Using it as a base, I made a carrot cake that I will show in the next videos. And you can use this sponge cake for your own ideas. Let us cook. First of all, of course, we will need carrots, fresh, juicy, and tasty. For nuts, I use walnuts. You could say it is a true classic for carrot sponge cakes and carrot layer cakes, and they really work beautifully together. Next, spices, cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg. They give that exact warm, gently spiced aroma that makes carrot bakes so recognizable. We will definitely add orange zest. It makes the flavor noticeably brighter and fresher. We will also need flour, eggs, and sugar, baking soda, thick sour cream, baking powder, neutral vegetable oil, and just a little salt. First, mix the dry ingredients, the flour, the spices, the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt, so they are evenly distributed. Next, let us get the nuts ready. They really should be lightly toasted first, because it makes their flavor brighter and richer, and it helps the aroma open up much better. Toast them until they are just lightly browned, and you can clearly smell that nutty aroma. The moment the smell becomes strong and active, they are done. Since there are only a few nuts, I toast them in a dry skillet. If you want, you can also toast them on a baking sheet in the oven, and I will leave my notes in the recipe in the description under the video. Let the nuts cool completely, then chop them with a knife. You can also use a chopper, but by hand it is easier to control the size. It is important not to grind the nuts too finely and not turn them into flour. We need small but noticeable pieces. They will give a pleasant texture in the sponge cake and will be felt well later in the finished cake. Next, prepare the carrots. I chop them in a chopper, but you can also grate the carrots on a fine grater. Fine grinding is important. This way the carrots are evenly distributed in the batter, make the sponge cake moist, and at the same time are not felt as separate pieces. Now we will combine everything, and the sequence matters. First, stir the eggs with the sugar and whisk thoroughly until the mixture looks more even and smoother, and the sugar starts dissolving. Then pour in the vegetable oil and once again mix everything really well, just until it comes together. The oil makes the sponge cake more moist and soft, and it helps that texture stay that way for longer. And right from the start, use a good-sized bowl so all the batter fits easily and it is comfortable to work. Next, add the thick sour cream and mix it into the batter thoroughly until it is fully incorporated. The sour cream makes the sponge cake moister and more tender and gives the flavor a light, delicate creaminess. The sour cream, like the other ingredients, should be at room temperature before you add it. This is the smooth, even mixture we end up with. Now sift in the mixture of dry ingredients and gently mix them into the batter. At this stage, it is better to switch from the whisk to the spatula. I forgot, and you be careful. The whisk works too actively here. You can use it only at the very end if any dry lumps remain, literally a few strokes. You do not need to mix for a long time, only until smooth. If you mix the batter actively after adding the flour, the sponge cake may turn out denser and more crumbly. In the end, you get this beautiful, smooth, even batter. And at the end, add the remaining ingredients, the carrots, the nuts, and the orange zest. With a spatula, gently mix the batter only until they are evenly distributed. You do not need to mix for a long time here either. This way, we preserve the lightness of the batter and the beautiful texture of the sponge cake afterward. Spread the finished batter onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and spread it evenly over the entire surface, including the corners, so that the sponge cake is the same height over the whole area. Bake in a preheated oven at 170 degrees for about 15 minutes, but be sure to go by your oven. The time may differ. It is important to bring the sponge cake to doneness, but not over-dry it. It is ready when the surface is browned and springs slightly when pressed, and a skewer comes out with moist crumbs but without raw batter. After baking, do not leave the sponge cake on the baking sheet for a long time so it does not dry out. Let it sit for literally 5 minutes, then carefully remove the sponge cake onto a wire rack or onto a board and separate the parchment from the bottom and leave the sponge cake to cool. This way, it will not get soggy on the bottom from condensation. Before you start cutting, let the sponge cake cool all the way down and then give it time to set and structure in the refrigerator. And right before you slice it, it is even handy to chill it in the freezer just a little so it crumbles less, does not break, and the edges stay nice and even. Then I mark the sheet and split it into 3 equal layers. The sponge cake turns out with a very great texture, tender, moist, fragrant, and it holds its shape well. Using it as a base, I made my mom a very delicious carrot cake for her birthday, with a refreshing filling and modern decoration. I will definitely show the detailed recipe for this cake in the next videos. And that is all from me. I thank each of you for your attention, and I will see you again in new videos. Bye-bye.